And welcome back to the Kyle Suchsland Show. That's a lot for Monday morning. I'll calm down, I promise. I've had like 3 cups of coffee today, so I'm in a mood. Honestly, I'm more depressed than I was last week about the Bears. Because let me tell you, we could have... Is that camera off? Hold on. Okay, I think we're fine. All right, so I'm honestly more sad... Stop yelling. I'm honestly more sad this week than I was last week about the Bears because I would say that Seahawks team yesterday they looked beatable. Like that Rams team was not some all-world beaters that I was expecting. Or that Seahawks team, I'm sorry. How they looked versus 49ers, and if it's all the EMF raise the 49ers get, so they're probably... Damn it, I have to cut that out. So, I was thinking the Seahawks looked unbeatable. Like, 85 Bears level defense where they're going to allow 4 yards of offense, right? Now, that is a crazy comparison. Let's pump the brakes in that comparison. They're not that good, right? But the defense level of wise, that first game, they looked dominant to the whoever they were going to play, right? That there was going to be like 7 yards of a total offense versus the other team based on that first game. That defensive line you weren't able to run the ball for positive yards and how they looked versus the 49ers. So then when they played the Rams yesterday, the Rams looked like they were moving on them. So if by the transitive property, shout out you guys. That's a correct use of that word. I think we would have had a chance. So it honestly makes me more depressed / sad today than I was last week because we could be going to the Super Bowl right now. I don't think there's any reason that we could not be going to the Super Bowl right now, which kind of fucking sucks, to be fully honest with you guys. Not the most fun. I really wish that we were in it still because I think we had a team, right? I think and so often in football, as we get away from this the last couple of weeks or a week now, it's just so rare to have a team that believes, and fully every single person in the locker room believes. And it seems like very much Ben had that this year and Caleb had this year. I have no doubt in my brain that they will have that again. But that is a lightning in a bottle that you capture, right? It's not something you just capture. That is, we're starting out at 0-0 like everyone else is. So it's gonna be, you have to transform, but it's just honestly, I don't want to get in the next season yet because I'm still sad right now. But we could have had that. We could have had that game. Congrats to the Seahawks. That was a close game. I thought the Rams had them there for a second. I really did think the Rams had them there for a second. That game looked like it was going to come down to one of those classic last drives. I'm sitting here, I don't really remember now how it ended. What was the last play? I think it was a turnover, but I can't remember what it was now. Whatever. But anyways, congrats to the Seahawks. That was a good game. 12th man, I think it definitely. I don't know how it doesn't have a factor in that stadium. I mean, they talked about it a lot during on the coverage. You said they couldn't hear each other, even talk on the field, and they talk about how low Stafford was. Like he was having to take a knee this week, where usually he squats. So I don't know how much that really, at the end of the day, has a factor. But it definitely seems like it did for at least something. So very cool for another, that such a passionate fan base. Congrats to the Patriots. Cool. So happy for them. Just the most. I mean, they played a bunch of tomato cans on the way to the Super Bowl. So you're in the Super Bowl. Congratulations. Cool. You're in the fucking Super Bowl. But you played tomato cans on the way there. So, congratulations. You deserve a whole bunch of congratulations. But you turn around and it's just tomato can, tomato can, tomato can. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, which they very well may, the people they beat were Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, Jared Stidham, and Sam Darnold. When you think about NFL quarterbacks, that's the list you're thinking about. Those world beaters of Jared Stidham, C.J. Stroud. Those are world beaters, people. World beaters. Titans of football. And the Patriots took them down. So, congratulations to the Patriots on just a very well-deserved run. Beating the Titans of the game. You're not going to be able to tell the story of the 2025 football season without talking about Jared Stidham, without talking about C.J. Stroud. Justin Herbert's pretty good, so I'll give him that. But, yeah, no, I'm taking shade. Now, I do think the Patriots are going to win because just some mumbo-jumbo bullshit that they continue to do. I don't know what the fuck's in the water in New England, but it's fucking fairy dust. That's what I think it is. It's upsetting. I'm not going to say I'm up here and I'm upset because that could be fucking us. That could be us, right? That should just be us. And I don't really think there's no reason that shouldn't be us. And the fucking Patriots are there again. And again, it's right back to the same goddamn thing. The Patriots are back again 10 fucking times. There's Super Bowl. It should be the fucking Chicago Bears. And, so, yeah, no, I'm crashing out. Is what you guys want to hear? So I'm fucking crashing out. Yesterday, I was not happy. Watching that game, I was getting even more upset because it's just a dog walk of an NFL, a thing is that we could have we would have had just such a road. We could have, that Patriots, fuck, I can't. It's over. Move on, Kyle, move on. I started watching the Caleb Williams highlights. 55 minutes of highlights is as close as porn as you can get to. That is hell. 55 minutes, and I started watching it. I was like, hey, let's forget about some of these moments first, right? Give it a couple weeks, right? Right now it's the wound's still a little fresh, right? I think I'm diving into Cubs talk, watching Derrick Rose highlights. Shout out Derrick Rose, congratulations on jersey retirement. He would have won 11 or 10 NBA titles if he was healthy. For sure. That might have been on the low end, honestly. Oh, I got lost, people. I got lost. I'm so dumb. What was I saying? Someone in the chat. What was I talking about? Fuck. Oh, how did I lose my spots? I'm so dumb. Fuck me. Alright, well, we were talking about Caleb Williams, the Bears, the Cubs. I think we were talking about the Cubs and Bregman. I got sidetracked. No, we weren't. Fuck. Oh, come on. Work. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? We were talking about something. I forgot. You forgot. Who cares? the thing is, I'm crashing out. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Is that I watch football all day, and my one conclusion is that there is no we belong there, right? We belong in that same conversation as we were yesterday, and maybe there was last week I was all happy and like, oh, okay, we belong in the conversation. No, this week I'm mad that we should be still playing football. I should still be watching Bear football. I'm looking at Bear football shit right here, and Bear football shit right there, and Bear football shit right there, and I should be adding to that shit right now, not, oh, fuck. Come on! So, I would say valid crash out. It's probably, from last week was really, this crash out was coming. It was a delayed crash out. I'm mad this week, and very thankful for the season, very thankful for everything, but we should still be playing Bear football. That's the thing, is we should be playing Bear football last week, and should be prepping for a fucking Super Bowl. Crazy that I'm saying that from a team that's won so little of things, how quickly the tides have turned. I understand that. Shut up, everyone, shut up, all of you, shut up. The Bears are that team. They will be there. So you bet your little patukas that we will be back. And you will. All of you right now behind the camera right there. All of you right there that are all like, oh, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears. They're going to beat the fucking shit out of you. Caleb Williams is your dad. Ben Johnson's your grandfather. He owns you. Ben Johnson. So that's my thoughts on football. You could say, I would like to see, put in the comments where you think about that crash out, because I would like to know if anyone Bears fans are in the same headspace. I will take credit now. So close. If you parlayed this shit, so close. I almost won you guys some fucking money. I said Patriots 5.5 to 7.5. Not correct. That's an X. Actually, I might have gone 1 for 3. So I'll take that back. I did not win you guys a bunch of money. I think I went 1 for 3. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I said Patriots minus 5.5 to 7.5. Loser. Bah, bah. I said take the Seahawks minus 2.5 points. They won 31-27. That's a win. I said Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. That's a win. 2 for 3, people. We will take 2 for 3. Cam Young major, didn't have a major yet, so technically that's in the ether, doesn't count. The picks for this week. We have no NFL this week. But people, we have the PGA Tour. We're going to get into the PGA Tour, but right now we're in the pick segment of the show. So rewind, fast forward if you would like to go to PGA Tour Talk and you're not a gambling degenerate asshole like myself. You can feel free to fast forward this segment to the next one. But we are in the picks segment of the show. And this week is the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. I love watching golf right now. Nothing better. This is my favorite time to watch golf. When you're stuck inside and it's just snowing like crazy. And you can wake up and it's already started. And you can turn on golf at Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on ESPN Plus, and they're already Their leaders are already off. And not on Sunday, because I guess after the cut, that was dumb. But Thursday and Friday, you can watch it all day long. All the live long day. So, this week, I got some picks for you guys. Ready? Write this down. Get out your pens. I will give you a second to get your pens out. Okay, you have your pens out. We are taking a couple of these guys in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I that'd be pretty crazy if I got all the guys in, half of the guys inside the top 10. But you cannot parlay these picks. They don't let you parlay. So I'm gonna give you guys the 5 that I think that are potentially gonna make the top 10. And from that, I'm gonna give you then who I think from that list is going to win. Number 1 for the Farmers. Wyndham Clark. Had a good week this week. Wyndham plays with passion. And when I say passion, I mean anger. He plays with a fire, right? I mean, talk to an Oakmont Mocker about how much passion he plays with. Because that guy, he cares. And sometimes people are like, give me this. He gives a shit, which I, as a fan, love, right? A lot of these guys, you could tell it's just a job. They're blessed with this. I want to see the people that give a fucking shit about this, that it matters, that they care whether they win or lose. And Wyndham's on the list. I think he had a good week this week. I think he's teeing it back up. He's getting his mind right. I think Wyndham Clark, top 10 finish this week. I think Jason Day, top 10 finish this week. Jason Day had a great year coming back. I think it was last year too. No, well, he started really coming back, but he had, for years, had problems with... damn it. I'm going to make myself look like an idiot. Oh. Alright. The disease that you have that makes you want to fall... No, it's not. It doesn't make you want to fall down. You feel like you get up and you... What did he have? Come on, Kyle. Come on. Come on. You can do this. Vertigo. Vertigo. So he recovered from his vertigo, and I think it was 2 years ago maybe he started really kind of coming back. Last year in a good year. I think he won maybe something, or he had a top 5 last year on one term. I can't remember what it was. But he looked really good this week. Really good this week. I think he's 64 yesterday to get, I think, solo second. So shout out Jason Day. He is in my pick for the top 5. He's my pick to win this week. Also, Mr. J.J. Spaun. J.J. Spaun. Great year by JJ last year. It seemed like he really figured some stuff out as of last year. Was it the PGA or the US Open? One of the two. Won one of the two last year. Not a great Ryder Cup. But JJ really looked like he had his stuff together last year. Sneaky, a lot of top 10 finishes last year also. So I think JJ teeing up the start of the season. Would expect him to have a great off season. Really got his mind right, and I think JJ is due for a top 10. Number 4 on the list, Mr. Hideki Matsuyama. Hideki's another one. Great end of the year last year. Was really getting into form, if I remember right, at the Tour Championship. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure. I didn't look this up, so if I'm wrong, that's my fault. But I think he was really coming into form at the end of last year. And really would expect him to kind of take that from where he was last year and first year this year, especially at Torrey Pines, ball striker's course, and Hideki's Mr. down the middle. So expect good things from him. Number 5 is probably the meatball pick of the week. So shout out meatball pick of the week, we're going to call it. And that's sponsored by your favorite meatball company. Sponsors this segment. But my meatball pick of the week is Brooks Koepka. Very fun that he is back. That might not be right. Very fun that he's back. I think I addressed that in the first episode that his leaving Live. Very excited to see him tee it up this week, just from the simple fact that he's a multi-time major winner, right? You're getting some guy that's kind of in a storyline, right? Whether good or bad, right? Wherever we fall on the Live side, right? My thoughts on the Live whole thing is gone from here to here to here to here, and right at this point, I have no idea what I think about it anymore. That could be another hour podcast of me trying to break down my feelings on the Live. Right at the end of the day, I just want to watch people play golf together in the same tournaments. So I'm happy, right? Brooks is back. The Brooks that we know when he left said he only gave a shit when it mattered, right? Famous part of my take, shout out Big Cat PFT, part of my take, that when he done an interview with them, he talked about the one time that the usual other tournaments he just can't really just get it up for, right? He doesn't really give $2 in a shit for. So I see Brooks in this segment right here where he's not in the signature events, right? So he doesn't have this, it's not part of the new equity program. He had to give a lot of money away, right, from just to get back on the tour. Now he still gets money if he wins, right? So on where I think I would bet Brooks' head is at as a competitor and as just the force of nature that he is as an athlete, that was okay with this because he knows that he wasn't in form when he left. He had this knee problem. I think it was a knee or back that was all fucked. And I think he knew that he couldn't do it. I think he's healthy right now. And I think he said, fine, take it. I'm going to go win 4 times this year. I'm going to go win 2 times on tour this year. Get in the signature event, win one of those. I'm going to win a major this year. And that money that you had is all of a sudden doesn't matter now. Now when I'm one of the faces of the tour. So I would say 5 years ago, Brooks Koepka, my farm insurance pick, would have been maybe to miss the cut. I think with everything given, that Brooks is going to come out like a fucking bat out of hell this week. It's someone that everyone else has been talking about him, including myself. And they've been saying a lot of shit about him, right? I think Brooks wants to shut everyone the F up at this point. And he wants to just go win PGA Tour. He just wants to win golf events. And the Brooks that on Live, I don't think he cared, right? I don't think he gave a shit at the Live events. I think him having to give a shit now is going to be very good for the tour. It's going to be very good for him. It's going to be very interesting for Liv. It seems like the guys have made a big commitment to stay on that tour side. But I'm interested to see what just kind of happens from this week on Brooks, from Brooks's camp. So big pick. So now, from those, who do I think has a chance to win this golf tournament? Let's look back. Calculating. I already told you. I think it's Jason Day. I think top 5, top 10, what am I saying? Top 10. You can't parlay these. So anyone you guys think Wyndham Clark, Jason Day, JJ Spaun, Hideki Matsuyama, or Brooks Koepka. I think, now I'm giving away a lot here, right? So someone, you give away so many picks. But those are my 5 guys for the top 10. Who I'm going to say a bet to win. I know I just went on this whole diatribe about Brooks, right? And as well as I think he's gonna have it, I don't expect him to win his first event. It'd be awesome. I think it'd be awesome, but I think it's gonna take him. It was just gonna take him a minute to get back into the swing of things. I think there's a lot of circus around this week. He's gonna have a lot of media attention around his rounds. So maybe the more I'm talking myself into, the more I'm talking myself into picking him to win. But at this rate, I think Jason Day's a pick. So to win, I am taking Mr. Jason Day. Sorry, Xander. Shout out Xander. I didn't even pick you for anything. I know you're gonna come in and just do your Xander thing and have a top 5 finish. I didn't pick you. So, honorary pick of a Xander, shout out of a Xander Schauffele just because he's him. And he will do what he does every single time. So, get into the PGA Tour this week. If you guys didn't win, didn't know, didn't see it, Mr. Inevitable did his thing once again. Scotty Scheffler showed up the golf tournament and walked away again with his 20th career victory. There's some stats. Hold on. I want to preface all this stuff with a couple stats that I took a picture of yesterday from the coverage if you did not watch. So these are not my stats I came up with. Okay. So, oh shit. It's fuzzy. So I'm tough. This is I can't read these now. This is bad. This is a tough podcast segment. I should have really paid attention. I should have done this before. 20th career win, obviously. Oh, let me try to find this thing. Okay. This is what they showed yesterday on this stat. His 20th win. Hell impressive alone. To win 20 times at his age before 30. Where it used to be 30 is when you started your, usually your dominance, right? It took you 5 or 6 years to get rolling, and then that's when most golf started. He's gonna win. So the speed to win is one that I was really impressed with. And I think it's going to impress you guys if you guys don't know this. He is the 3rd fastest in PGA Tour history to secure 20 wins. There's 2 people on that list ahead of Scotty, okay? Before I say their names, there are 2 names. If you're going to guess who they are, you're guessing on the pantheon of golf. They're Mount Rushmore. If I was to have a Mount Rushmore statue right here, these would be 2 guys on the Mount Rushmore statue, right? We'll put him right here, right? Because as we talk about him, right? The speed to 20 wins is the 3rd fastest in PGA Tour history. Behind Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. Let me say that one more time. The 3rd fastest to 20 wins in PGA Tour history. Behind Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. Scotty Scheffler. Okay? We're going to keep going with some other stats before we start having some of these conversations. 9 of his 20 wins so far have been by 4 shots or more. 4 shots. Think about how competitive golf is now, right? How bunched up the field is as all everyone's getting in this kind of TrackMan variation. 9 of the 20 wins have been by 4 shots. 4 shots. As of this win, he has surpassed $100 million in career earnings. Insane. So I wanted to preface those with actual stats from actual smart people before my dumbass starts talking about it. Because I want to say something that I think people have been quietly saying, that we've been saying out loud, that we're watching something incredibly special. Absolutely incredibly special. I was just a wee lad for the Tiger run, so I wouldn't say I was dialed in on Thursdays, right? I was, my dad was watching it on Sundays, and I would say that's when I was kind of tuning in. But what we're seeing here from Scotty Scheffler is something absolutely and utterly special. Something that I don't think we've seen from, we've seen from people before, obviously, but from the names of which you would call the GOAT conversation, right? And now Scotty's opened that door, sat down, and they're also like, you belong right here with us too, right? And I just want to say, it definitely takes some appreciation. You need to take appreciation for the moment and understand what we're watching right here. We're not just watching another golfer win a couple tournaments in a year. We're watching prolonged dominance in the game. We're watching prolonged dominance in the game of golf that's never been more bunched up in the history of the game before, right? In a game that's never been as close as it's been before, we're watching someone dominate that in a way that we've only seen two times before in the history of this game. So quite special, right? He's out of the field this week. He's going to get into the Waste Management. Put the fucking mortgage on him at the Waste Management. I don't see anyone beating him with how he looked. I think everyone's been saying if he putts poorly, it's close for the field. If he putts well, he's going to usually win by, a stroke or so, or he's going to have a final putt to win. And if he putts good, he's going to win by 4 strokes. And he's put 9 of his 20 wins, he's putted well. Good. So the Waste Management 2, I've played right, I've played at the Waste Management, right, and they're playing from a little farther, much farther back than we played from. But you can go low there. That is, there's not a lot of room to get yourself in trouble on that course. And it's a lot like a lot of these early segments are. It turns into a little bit of a putting competition. So I think that's what some people would say is a negative on the tour right now, right? Is that it kind of just turns into a putt-off. But I think that's kind of fun. So I really like this early slate. I think Scotty has a potential to do something very special this season. I think we've watched Scotty do special things the last however many years. I think we really... Scotty's really set up for another special year this year. And I think what makes some of these athletes different, right, is that, usually as you can see a 1 year, hey, this guy played awesome for a year. This guy played awesome for 2 years. Very cool. Very respected. But when I think things get to that next kind of level, and I would say even for athletes would say for themselves, is when you see prolonged dominance. What I would imagine getting to the top is hard. Staying on the top is even harder. And I think that's what Scotty's done this time, is that he went to the top, announced he was on the top, and said, boys, come get me. And that's been 3 years ago, right? In a time with Rory McIlroy, right? In a time with all of these young guys and the swing speed out of their dicks, right? We're seeing right now, right? Now, people are going to say, well, they didn't have Bryce or John Rahm. Well, they've been at all the majors. Scotty's still been dominating. So very excited. Very excited for Scotty. I wouldn't say I would have been, hey, I need to watch Scotty play golf if it's on TV before, right? Like I've been about, let's say, Tiger Woods, right? If he's teeing it up and he's on TV, I'm watching him play golf. Doesn't matter where I am. If I have to sit there with my phone like this, I'm watching Tiger Woods play golf of where I am. And I would say that Scotty Scheffler is becoming that, right? I would say this week I was sitting there and I was, well, hold on. It's noon, tees off, the coverage in circle 3 o'clock. I'm not going to miss his first 9 holes. So I got ESPN Plus, so I could watch that this week, right? So he's coming to that point where it's almost much, if he's teeing it up, you can't miss it. He's just such an easy guy to root for. Just such a family man. Just seems like he has his priorities, such as is a good head on his shoulders. He knows what matters. He's talked about how fleeting winning is, and how much that feeling that matters for him. I'm sure, like he's talked about that it's already gone, right? On the flight home, he doesn't care about the win as much anymore as he did. He's thinking about the next one, right? It's that you think about the losing 10 times as much you think about the win. He touched on that, I think, was at the PGA Tour or the PGA Championship or the Open last year. Made a lot of big kind of comments around that, and I really respect him for that, right? I think he was really honest about how this game, and it's anyone that we're in this kind of this circle that we all probably get stuck in of accomplishments and not looking and really reacting to the things that we love, that we did well, and that we're proud of. And how hard it is, the world kind of demands of us, right? I would say in my world, right, if Scotty Scheffler's up here, right, on his thing, I'm all the way right down there, right? But I work for hours and hours and hours to put out a YouTube video. It goes out, and you care for 7 or 8 minutes, and you're on to the next one. You're already thinking about, okay, well, what's the next video? How am I going to set the next video up? How's that going to look? Is that going to have as many good clips? Is that going to have as, So it's like that. You're right on to the next thing immediately. And I think that's what the world kind of demands of us. And I think that's what it is. It costs the price you need to pay if you're going to want to be great at something, is that you never rest, right? That perfection never sleeps, right? Is that there's always someone coming to get you. And I think that's how some of these PGA Tour players live, and how I try to operate in my side is that there's someone awake and there's someone that's working harder than you. So get to work, because that other person is going to outwork you, and they don't give a shit if you're sad or upset or mad. Get to work. Pretty simple. Get to work. My cat is going crazy. Does anyone else have a problem with their cat? And if they're in a room with the door closed, their cat goes banana land. It's been 39 minutes that we've been recording right now. She has not stopped meowing for 39 minutes. It's like you think I put her in a cage when I just simply closed the door to the room. You would think I personally attacked this cat. All I did to this cat was close the door to one of the room, and this cat is having a panic attack. Kitty! She doesn't care. Doesn't care about the podcast. She's not a fan of the podcast. And I would be surprised if you would get the meows in there in the podcast, but I can hear the meows. And let me tell you, it's messing with the old noggin, people. It's messing with the noggin. Kitty! This cat, man. cat, man, I'm telling you guys, any of you guys have a cat that you guys can have any advice on how to stop it meowing? If you're simply in your office working and the cat oh my God, this cat, I'm telling you guys, this cat is driving me bananas since I've been working from home full time. She does not like me working. If I am simply in my office working, this cat freaks out. And I love her. I love her to death. And if I'm not in this office, totally okay. Likes to look at the birds, likes to play around with her toys. Not even about me. But if I simply close the door to this office, she loses her mind in an unconscionable way. And I don't know what that's about. And I can't figure it out. So shout out cat owners. The dog just sits there and sleeps. He doesn't give a shit. But the cat is not a fan of me working. So the cat is an anti-capitalist cat. You would say she is a communist. She's a socialist, actually. She likes to just get handouts. She's not a capitalist cat. So I gotta calm down after that. See, the cat threw me off of what I was thinking about. I was talking about Scotty Scheffler getting all amped up. That's cold. But so, shout out, great. I'm already at 42 minutes here. Tried to I figured like the last two times I prepped so much for the show. We didn't get to any of it. I wanted to keep the show around 40 minutes to an hour. I think any over that, then listening to me talk for over an hour is just torture for you guys. And it's more, it's supposed to be a little quicker. So, I think we're at a good time here. So, this is what we're going to try to have all episodes. There's a couple topics I had planned. That's good. I think we're in a good cadence. Well, eventually, we'll talk about the Bears and happiness and not as sad as we were this week. But shout out Scotty again. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Seahawks and the Patriots. We will please subscribe and like and comment. Subscribe. Please subscribe. If I didn't beg enough, please let me know. That the subscriptions do so much for the channel. Liking and engaging with the analytics tells me so much behind of how I need to get better. So anyone that helps me get that data is just making me better at this. Simply, that's what I need, right? I know this is not great. I know we can get better, but until I have data and show me how to get better, or until someone comments how much this podcast sucks, please comment how much you dislike this and how much bad this is, right? I need feedback and tell me. I don't care if it's positive or negative. I prefer the negative. My ego is big enough already. No one needs to boost it up the higher than it already is. Shout out anyone that is already subscribed. Thank you guys for watching and liking and interacting with the channel. I really do appreciate it. We did have a great video that was launched this week. We had the match 2 that we launched this week. That was with my cousin Tyler. Fantastic match at the now closed down Village Green Golf Course. But that was a great one. We had a lot of fun there. It came down. We had a bunch of lead changes, right? So I think besides the first and maybe I think the 6th, 7th hole, every other hole someone won or someone lost. So it was awesome for that aspect of it. That it changed. It was back and forth the entire time. And then it really came down to the final putt. I'm going to say someone had a chance to make someone make a putt, and then someone had a chance to hit that final putt and win. And give it a watch. I would say it turned out really well. I'm really proud of this video in terms of how we had the couple of cams. We had the cart cam also in this one that we had set up, and I think that one turned out really well. It looked really well, and I think I really liked how that video came together. So I'm pretty proud of this one. I do not like the thumbnail. I need to rework on that thumbnail. It's very boring. But please give that video a watch. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you again. This has been the Kyle Suchsland Show, episode 3. Oh, addressing the haters. We have made it past episode now. The thing was past episode 1. We made it past episode 2. We're on to episode 3. So that's more than 1,000,000% of the podcast. We're blowing the stats out of the water. Stats are for losers. So shout out haters. Thank you for liking and subscribing. We will see you next week. Shout out. I don't know. Shout out me.